Let's see, we're going to begin in Meretz Hashem, the Kitzur, Hilchos Pesach, Siman Kuf Zayin, chapter 107. So these first Siman deals with the halachas of Chodesh Nisan. Kol Chodesh Nisan ein omrim tachanun, v'lo tzedek hadin. The entire month of Nisan, we don't say tachanun, and we don't say tzedek hadin. Tzedek hadin is the tefillah of acceptance of judgment that a mourner says by burial. Ve'ein omrim tzidkascha b'shabes mincha, we don't say tzidkascha. Noagin Rosh Chodesh ve'elach likros b'chol yom, Parshas Hanasi Shikir B'Vayom. There's a beautiful minhag that from the beginning of Rosh Chodesh we go ahead and we read the section of the particular tribal prince who offered up his karbanos that particular day. Now, interestingly enough, so remember, because this happened, the dedication of the Mizbeach happened during the month of Nisan. So we read the particular offering of each tribal prince. Now, we don't do this as part of davening, but rather, again, the minhag is to say it on your own. Obiyom Yud Gimel, Korin Parshas Baloscha Ad Kinasas Hamnora Shu Neged Shevet Levi. Okay, and then on the 13th of Nisan, we read again in Parshas Baloscha until Kinasas Hamnora, like reading for Chanukah as well, which is the dedication of, which corresponds ultimately again to Shevet Levi. Okay, incredible. Halacha Beis in Misanin Boafilu Tanis Yartzeit. In Rosh Chodesh, in the month of Nisan, we do not fast even a yartzeit. Some have the custom to fast on a yartzeit, but if the yartzeit falls out on Nisan, we do not fast. Aval Tanis Cholam Misanin. But if one has a bad dream, there's a concept of fasting for a bad dream. One would observe such a fast even during Chodesh Nisan. Ba'bechorim Misanin Be'erev Pesach Ke'asheyivuarim Yerz Hashem B'Siman Kuf Yud Gimel. It's interesting enough, there are certain fast days which do occur during Chodesh Nisan. For example, a Tainis Chalam, right? A fast over a bad dream. Also, of course, there's Tainis Bechorim, the fast of the firstborns, which takes place on Erev Pesach, but we'll talk about that in greater depth later on. Now, it's interesting, the Kitzur says that a Chassan and Kala fast on the day of their wedding, even if it's on Rosh Chodesh Nisan. Here's what's interesting. So what's fascinating, we'll see this a little bit later on, is that even though the minhag is not to fast on Rosh Chodesh, if Chassan and Kala getting married on Rosh Chodesh, they don't fast on Rosh Chodesh, but Chodesh Nisan seems to be an exception to this rule. Again, we'll discuss why that is. In Halacha Gimel, B'Shabbos Hagadol Mincha Noagin Shein Omrim Barchi Nafshi Ela Avadim Hayinu Lefi Sheb'Shabbos Hagadol Haisa Aschalas Hagula V'Anisim. On the Shabbos before Pesach is called Shabbos Hagadol. On that Shabbos, the Kitzur writes, we don't say Barchi Nafshi, as those who have the custom say Barchi Nafshi by Shabbos Mincha, but rather what we do is read the Haggadah. Right, so there's an interesting, we'll discuss this a little bit greater depth as well. There is a discussion ultimately again, which part of the Haggadah that we should say. But according to many opinions, that Halacha L'maisa we should say from Avadim Hayinu until a little bit later on in the Haggadah as well. Again, as preparation for Pesach. Now, why? What's unique about Shabbos Haggadah? Because remember again, on the year that when we left Egypt, on that Shabbos already, again, that was the day in which they took the lamb that would later on become the Karban Pesach. Now, amazingly enough, remember, the lamb was one of the deities of Egypt. So the fact that they designated the lamb to be offered up to be sacrificed, and the Egyptians didn't do anything, was a tremendous miracle. So therefore, again, Shabbos Hagadol has a very unique status. Now, it's important also to understand that on the year that we left Mitzrayim, Shabbos Hagadol was the 10th of Nisan, which is the day when you have to take the Karban Pesach. But still, even when that Shabbos is not the 10th of Nisan, we still observe it as Shabbos Hagadol. All right, we'll say good. We'll stop over here for today. Shkoyach, everyone.